turn off the things. I click sign up, I get to sign up, I can go back, forward, I click home, I click design, I get to design, and I can click order to get ordered. So it's an easy way to put together an interactive prototype that will show navigation. So what about showing different states on a page? If I go to design page, here down it wanted me to show how to switch colors on the t-shirt. For that, I have also prepared a couple images. I'll add them to my image folder by right-clicking and choose Add Existing Items, and import 2 cutout t-shirts in different colors that I will use. I'll start by pulling them out and placing them approximately where I want them to be, and set the opacity to 0. Same thing with the blue t-shirt. Set that opacity to 0 as well. And now I'm ready to create my state. So I'll go to the States panel and choose to create a new state group. The group I will call color change. Color change. And then I'll add a state for each view of different colors that I want. I'll just add 3 for the sake of this demo. Choose one state that will show how the t-shirt will look like when it's white, another state that will show how it will look when it's black, and a third state for the blue t-shirt. So when I click the white state, you'll see that there's an indicator up here that says that the white state recording is on. So whatever changes I'm doing now will be recorded for the white state. And the white state is already the way I want it to be. The t-shirt is white, so I'll just leave it like that. So I'll go to the black state, and for the black state, I would like the black t-shirt to be visible. So I can choose the black t-shirt in my Objects and Timeline panel, and raise the opacity for the t-shirt to 100%. Now I'll do the same thing for the blue state. Choose the blue t-shirt image, and raise that opacity to 100%. And now I have a white state, black state, and blue state. I can preview the states, how they will look like, by clicking this, turn on preview. Nothing different will, there won't be any difference right now since I haven't set the time, the transition time is set to 0. If I raise it to 1 second, you'll see that it will fade in and out. And what I can also do is to add an easing function. I can choose how this transition should change. Per default, it's a linear change. I can choose a back out change, so it goes faster in the beginning and then slows down at the end. Choose a bounce effect for whatever reason, for it to go sort of bouncy, a circle in and out. For you who are used to animation, these transitions might be familiar. I'll just choose a circle in out. I don't know why, but it will look something like that. Go slower in the beginning, faster, and then slows down at the end. And then I'll return to base. I can trigger these different states also by adding behaviors. And I'll use my rectangles again to mark out the clickable area. Make the opacity 0, and then when you click on this little black area, I want to activate state black. You can either right-click and activate that, or pull out the behavior from the Assets panel. It's called Go to State Action Behavior here. So you can just pull it out and change it on the Properties panel where it should go to. The same thing for the blue. Put that opacity to 0, and I can show you, instead of right-clicking, I can pull out this Go to State action and drop it to the blue rectangle, and I can choose here which state it should go to. Now I'll do the last one for the white as well. Opacity is 0. Right click and choose that it will activate state white. If I press F5 again, you'll see here the build started, and it shows my browser. I go to my design page, I can now see the color changes by clicking on the different colors in the palette. So by doing this, I've added interactivity to a page by using states. Let's go back and show the last thing, which is adding animation to a page. For example, in the order page, I want to show how it might look like when somebody places an order. And my idea is that the user is supposed to be able to pull down one of the saved t-shirts into a basket here somehow. But I haven't really gotten the parts figured out, so I'll just draw out a rectangle for the actual shopping cart right now. So let's find a rectangle. That. Maybe I can do like this. And add a button at the bottom. Like that. And I want to show how it might look like when somebody pulls the t-shirt down. So I can show that by adding an animation to this page. So I'll open up another panel that I closed down earlier, which is called Sketch Flow Animation. This will be easier on a big screen. What I can do first is to click the plus button to create a new sketch flow animation. I can name it to shopping animation. And you can see that what it did was to capture the screen that I have currently. I want to do one thing first before I do that. I have prepared some images for this animation that I will add. I'll right click my image folder and add those images as well. It's just the t-shirt that I've cut out, so I'll animate them and a cursor. And I will put them out on that screen so I can drag t-shirts back and forth. But before that, I will draw a rectangle to cover up the static images. Just like that. And choose no border. And then I'll lock it so I won't grab it by mistake. And now I'm ready to pull out the cutout t-shirts. I'll place them out approximately where they were before. Oops, I think I dropped it. That, third one, and the fourth one. And then I have a huge cursor here that I will scale down. I'll put it here for now. Okay, now I'm back to do my animation. So I'll add a new frame by clicking a plus button on top of that screenshot. And now I'll pull in the cursor. This is just by doing like I'm creating different screens, and it will automatically animate from one screen to another, depending on the difference between those two screens. So here I can also edit the transition time, how long it should take for this cursor to move from here to there. I can also choose how long this screen should be shown before we move to the next one. So I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in perfecting this animation, just quickly show you how you can make it. But a new frame to show that when I put my cursor on top of this t-shirt, I want it to go bigger. I can do that. Then I'll put another frame, and now I want to show how it looks like when I pull down the t-shirt to my shopping cart area. Then I'll add another frame, and I want to show that these t-shirts will move forward, and maybe at the same time the user is dropping the t-shirt into the cart, and they'll get smaller. And then lastly, maybe a text will show up beside the a t-shirt showing how much it costs. I can preview this animation by clicking the start button, and I'll see it in my artboard here. Person went in, t-shirt got bigger, pull it down, and dropped in, and then got the price. So I can tweak the times here and also add easing functions to make it more natural, but I'm not going to spend time into doing that. Just think you understand the concept. And let's say I want this animation to trigger as soon as the people see the screen. So I can add an animation behavior. I'll go to my Assets panel, find the Behaviors tab, and add a Play Sketchflow animation. I'll just drag it and place it on the sketch. And it can, by default, it will be triggered when someone clicks the sketch, but I want to change that to loaded. So as soon as the sketch loads, I want the animation to show. And here I choose which animation. Now I'm choosing shopping animation. So I'll press F5 to see this prototype in the browser.
Does all modern Windows machines come with Silverlight?
No, none comes with Silverlight.
I'm allowed to.
Yep, we're not allowed to. So the user has to actually install. If you don't have Silverlight in, there will be a little pop-up showing the install link.
Okay. A bit like Flash.
Yeah.
Or Java or
Any other plugins.
Yeah.
So if I go to my order page now, as soon as I come here, the animation will start. So the thing came in, it's getting bigger. So with Sketchflow, I've easily added interactivity and added animation and answered all the comments and feedback I've gotten here. And the cool thing is not only that you can Sketchflow anything. I know there's a company that uses Sketchflow for making prototypes for the display for washing machines. So it's any kind of user interface you can use Sketchflow for. And if you want to have use Sketchflow for Windows Phone, you can go to Codeplex to find it. I have the link here. So download that, and then that project will show up when you start a new project. Let's see here. WP7 sketchflow.codeplex. So codeplex.com is Microsoft open source community where people can post projects, and this project particularly is by Microsoft. So it will look like this. You have a Sketches style. You can easily make your prototype interactive using behaviors and animation. I can show you how it looks like when you start a new project. Choose Windows Phone, Sketchflow. Here. It will look pretty much the same, except that the artboard will also include the hardware buttons, and you can choose to also pull in, let's see here, just use the search. I can choose to put in a panorama. I can right click on it and choose auto size fill, so it fills the whole area it's in, and I get automatically a panorama. And if I press F5, it'll still be open up in the browser. All Sketchflow project will be open in the browser. Let's see here. And I can easily add stuff to the panorama, which is already done. The same thing for the pivot.